I am Isaac Newton. Born on a Christmas, tiny Isaac wasn't like other babies, but an apple falling from the tree sparked a question that changed the world. Dive into Isaac's story to discover the secrets of rainbows, the moon, and why things fall down. I am Isaac Newton story. Hi there, I am Isaac Newton. I wasn't born on a sunny summer day like most birthdays, but on a crisp Christmas morning in a tiny English village along. Long time ago, back then, everyone worried I was too small, but I grew big and strong, just like the apple trees in our garden. Those apple trees were my best friends. I loved climbing their branches and building forts in their shade. But one sunny afternoon, something strange happened. I was playing near a tree when a plop, red apple suddenly bounced off a branch and landed with a big thump right in front of me. It seemed silly, but a question popped into my head. Why did the apple fall down? Why not up toward the sky? No one else seemed to care, but that question stuck with me like a juicy seed. School was my favorite place. I loved books filled with stories and pictures, but the ones that talked about how the world worked were my favorites. My teachers noticed my curiosity and gave me even more special books. When I wasn't reading, I'd tinker with clocks, take parts, toys, and see how things worked inside. One day, my family needed me to help on a farm chores like chasing chickens and fixing fences weren't much fun for me. I'd much rather be lost in a book or figuring out how a windmill spun. Luckily, a kind uncle saw how much I loved learning and convinced my mom to send me back to school. As I grew older, my questions about the world kept growing too. Why did the moon stay up at night while my ball always rolled away on the ground? What made rainbows so colorful after a rainy day? I spent years studying and trying things out myself, like just putting together a giant puzzle with amazing discoveries in each piece. One of the coolest things I figured out was gravity. It's like an invisible string that pulls everything towards the ground, just like that yummy apple. I also learned how light worked, why balls kept running after a push, and even how to write down ideas using special squiggles called math. My discoveries helped people understand the world in a whole new way. It felt amazing to know that my curiosity, sparked by a bouncing apple, could lead to such big things. Even though I never stopped asking questions, my hair turned as white as snow over the years, but one thing never changed: the joy of learning and figuring out how our amazing world works. Here are some of the cool things I discovered. Rainbow magic. I use a special glass prism to show that white light is actually made up of many colors like the ones in a rainbow. More mystery. I figured out why the moon stays up in the sky. And because Earth pulls on it with the gravity just like Earth pulls on the apple. Moving matters. I discovered three special rules that explain how things move. One says things don't like to move unless you push or pull them. Another says moving things slow down over time. And the last says for every push, there is always a pull in the opposite direction. These discoveries might sound a little grown up, but they're the building blocks for understanding how rockets fly, how balls bounce, and even why we stay on the ground when we jump. The world is full of incredible things to learn. And asking questions is the first step to amazing discoveries. So the next time you see a juicy apple, a colorful rainbow, or the moon shining bright, remember there might be a question behind you there, waiting for a curious mind like yours to discover it.